Okay, is this thing on? Alright. I took a picture of those in case if I forget. I was asked to write these entries as the person who usually does this is dead, so I thought, why not? Anyway, Orton's overall fine. I doubt his life will ever be the same again, though. Like many others, his vision had became horrible. He could barely breathe. He lacks the energy to do most things he could do before. Picking had broken up with him a few days ago because of the reason her eyes were messed up from when he was infected. I feel kind of bad for the guy. He's still with us at least. Ratty was certain to die after the infection was over. The guy was extremely disfigured. Anyways, some plant-like structure has been growing inside of his corpse. It's honestly kind of beautiful, even if nobody really liked him at all. We've also been trying to search for the clones of Ratty that used to appear everywhere, dangling from the ceiling. We actually found a few shriveled up on the ground, dead. Clucker's alive, but barely. It was a miracle that his face was successfully bandaged up, and that we could see his eyes again. I don't think we could get him to speak anytime soon, as his mouth was completely covered by the excess skin, and it can only be taken out by removing his bandage. Doing this isn't very safe, as taking it off would cause him to start bleeding profusely. Luckily for him, he could still continue his passion of being an inventor. Even with his death of his business partner, Thurple's working now, I guess. Due to the old fun box getting completely decimated by the parasites, a new one had to be made. New Funbot uses the same body as the old one, but it had a completely different soul now. It has no idea what happened in the past, so no wonder why it's so happy. Anyway, it's nice having them back. I appreciate their effort cheering us all up, since a lot of us definitely need it. Vinery is another one of those who had no chance of survival after the infection. Heck, I think they died during it. She's still stuck to the ceiling, and most of her body has been decomposed. A lot so that she doesn't have that much left. Like Ratty, her corpse has been overgrown with plant life, with her skull dangling from the leaves of a huge lumen tree. At least her body's been ended up surrounded with a lot of plants, like she would have loved if she were still alive. Good for her, I guess. Oh, I didn't even get the chance to introduce myself. I'm Gray. It's me, Right Nose. I find myself very lucky that I made out fairly unscathed, much more than the others who also survived, yet didn't get infected. I haven't fully gotten over what's happened, and I don't think I'll ever will. I get night terrors often, and I've begun to distrust a lot of ones who tried to attack me during the infection. Even those who couldn't control themselves at the time. Brad seems like he's recovering well enough. The tears in his skin have started to heal. Huge gaps in his body have been given robotic attachments so he doesn't bleed out. And get given a relatively normal life onwards. His intelligence still remains low on like how it always has been, considering that he is very well aware of what actually happened, and is rather bummed about the parasitic worms, who he considers them as friends, have been killed off by Black when he was trying to clean up the place. Garnold was on the verge of death ever since his head suddenly blew up when the beacon was planted. Nobody saw it coming at that time. I guess he was infected the whole time, yet nobody noticed it. As expected, Garnold did not survive. His conditions were far too dire. Kluger's understandably very upset about it, and perhaps Mr. Fun Computer is too. If I could even call that anymore. I'll explain to it in a sec. Awax was also one of those who didn't survive. I don't really have much to say about it at all, as nobody really got the chance to know him as well, since as being good enough friends with him. We all avoided him because he was insane. I feel quite bad about it now. Sky died so young, yet he didn't even live to halfway through his teenage years. When he was alive, he was one of the most joyful and carefree out of all of us. And I generally cannot bear to look at the mess the parasites have made of his body. I think I should honestly word that sentence differently. Anyway, many of us are devastated by his death. I don't think many of us would be happy as we used to. Mr. Sun was absent for a lot of the infection, and I doubt they're very happy seeing how we've all ended up at all. He's clearly not happy and warm as before. Durple's fine, and I don't think he's possessed anymore. I still don't trust him as many others do. Especially me, as he tried to kill me throughout most of the outbreak. I do understand he wasn't himself back then, but I don't think I can think of him the same way ever again. Honestly. Anyway, Durple's been trying his best to repair his reputation. He's helping out with trying to fix everyone who's still alive, and he even tried to learn how to build things so he can help Clucker with repairing his machines that broke down during the outbreak. Mr. Tree was dead, but luckily we found a way to revive him, so that's nice. There we found some seeds left in Vinery's old garden that has been left untouched by the parasites, which coincidentally were described to grow the same type of tree that Mr. Tree already was. First we had to cut out the dead Mr. Tree down, just for us to grow new seeds in his place. As doing so will make him grow up anew to have the same soul as before. And progress made. He's already started to sprout. He's gained consciousness once again. Simon. Oh, jeez. Parasites had taken over so much of Simon's body that even after they all went out, we couldn't even tell that his corpse was even his. Surprisingly, he came back again, but as a ghost. The ghost was like the old Simon before the outbreak. It's really nice having that back. Though I don't think he's staying around for a while, though. And when he leaves to end up at a better place. I'm jolly gonna miss that guy. I guess Tunner really can handle the situation. It's sad, really. He's done so much for all of us, and the reason why he's gone is due to his own stress. Why, though? I didn't expect him to do this. Something must have changed in Tunner to motivate him to end his own life. Someone must have controlled his mind in some way. That's got to be the reason, right? I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Whoever changed our protector like this is gonna pay for it. But I'll do that later. This thing, or fun computer, as you like to call it, I'd like to call it a thing, has lost so much of that grip in reality. Now only speaks in garbled, incoherent mess of any comprehensible language. The things displayed on the screen were very unusual and off-putting, maybe in a hypnotic way. There one beings left who are still unsafe to stay around, as I don't think it's gotten any safer since the outbreak. I tried to turn it off several times, but it refuses to do so, no matter how hard we try. Wendy's probably got the worst of it as a survivor. She's blind, unable to speak, partially deaf. I'm furious about it. I'm not very sure about why the bandages have been used on her, though my best guess is so her face can be pulled back down to a normal size. What a miserable life to live in. Piggy doesn't seem as her appearance had really changed for the outbreak. Sorry for my yawn. But there's nothing we could do, really. Her appearance is probably stuck like that for eternity. Even with the eyes messed up and a dislocated jaw, she's been trying her best to bandage up everyone who's going to need it. She still bandaged up Orid, even if they broke it up, which is very nice for her to do. Jevon is a very strange case. We can't tell if he's alive or dead, and how his face seems relatively untouched, even with the parasitic worms sticking out of it. And, well, it's certainly unexpected. Last person I'd expect to save us all would probably have been him. But I guess it happened anyway. And I might as well be grateful of this. Anyway, I think Black is leaving us be. He hasn't really said anything to us, nor given us a "you're welcome" or something like that. I guess that's in character for him anyway. He never really cared for us. And I guess him ending an outbreak could be his own personal benefit, but no one really knows for sure. And I guess that's the end of it, I guess. There's still gonna be others coming. So, if you want to see more of it, be sure to check out another audio recording I'm gonna be doing. Or if I already did so.